Good morning, everybody. I'm gonna wait a few minutes for people to get in here. Then we'll get started. I have 0 watchers. I've only been on here for 15 seconds. What do you expect? I expect 10 people to be in here. I'm just kidding, guys. I expect all this stinking ice out here on these lakes to defrost. I pulled up. I was like, oh man, it's gonna be a nice day. There ain't hardly no ice at all on it. It's just all water. Yeah, it's water from the rain. When we get a few people in here, I'll show you the hole I'll be fishing here in a little bit. But while I'm waiting and nobody else is here, I'm gonna get my net ready. Hey, what's up there, buddy? Mr. 217, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully we'll have some more people come in. This lake's still frozen. I really thought after a couple nice days and a ton of rain that it would have defrosted. Nah, it's still 2 or 3 inches thick. Ice, ice, baby. So I punched a hole in it. When we get a few more people and I'll show you if you're still around. I'm gonna get my net really quick. I'm gonna need it. Because I have a rail that I have to get to right there to get to the fish that's down in that hole down there. So let me get my net. I appreciate you coming in. I hate this net, by the way, but it's Shane's. He ain't using it, so I think I'll use it. Perfect size for rainbow trout, though. Not too big, not too small. Now I get you back up here so you're not looking down there. That's a little better. So this hole is literally like 2 foot out from the dock. I took a 2x4 or 2x2. Just beat the heck out of it till I got through the ice. It's the only way I'm gonna fish. I've got to catch a fish. I've got to get my camera hooked up. At least this camera. It's taking me like 2 hours to get ready to do this. I'm like, there ain't no reason it took me no 2 hours. This is easy enough. Hey, thanks. I appreciate it. Now, if we can get some people in here, I really, really need watch hours. I'm at like 709 or 710 subscribers, but thanks to one video that I've got over 700 watch hours on, I'm up to like 1,300 watch hours. So I need all the time I can get. So I'm gonna use this little crappie magnet or trout magnet. Same company makes a crappie magnet. When I did this last week to catch my trout, I actually just kind of like dropped it down in a hole and twitched it with my hand because my rods are just too long to really jig it like it needs to be jigged. This is like a 7-foot rod. I need like one of those little 2-foot dock demons. I got a knot in my line, so I'm gonna go and try to cast it and get that knot out. It's not like it's gonna cast very far. It'd be really cool if a big old trout smashed through the ice to get that trout magnet. I don't even know how far it went. That's not bad for a little trout magnet. It probably went out there 15 foot. Oh, look. What's happening there, Mr. Sun 15? I'm trying for my last trout. Today is the only day I got. I got to get a crappie and I got to get a catfish. I ain't going to get those out of this lake because there might be a couple catfish, but this lake's frozen. So I ain't going to get to them. That's all right. No big deal. I appreciate it. Really, really, really do appreciate it. I mean, even if you guys stop in for 5 or 10 minutes and say hi, that's awesome with me. But I'm gonna catch me a trout really quick because I think I can. Because I think there's a hungry trout in here. This water's been frozen for like a week, and nobody's fished it. So it's all new stuff for them. Matter of fact, I think I'll catch them if I just do this. But they're gonna see that down there, and they're gonna be like, "Ooh, I want to eat that." I've never been to Sedalia. I've heard of it, but I've never been there. Right now, I'm just using the little trout magnets. Um, I can't really cast any lures because everything's frozen. But I like the trout magnets. And there's a local company here that's Cold Hearted Baits, and he makes some soft plastics and stuff. And they're more made for crappie, but I'm gonna probably give those a try. I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't bite it. I mean, I know trout like smaller things, but I still think they'd bite it. Now, when I get some cast crate baits in, those are gonna be fun too. I can't wait to try those. I'm all for trying new stuff. That's just how I caught my trout last week. On my rod and reel, just kind of jig it once in a while and wait to see if they come up and take it and fight them up. The only bad thing is I can bust that line really easy on that ice. There ain't a hole this big, probably 8 inches or so. But man, that was a chore to get through there. 351, welcome, buddy. I'm catching my final trout, I hope, today. Yeah, the only thing I can use, because it is a stocked pond by the conservation, and I don't know if this is the same way all across the state, but we have catch and release from November 1st to February 1st, and you can only use artificial unscented baits. So like a hair jig or something would be fine, but I can't use anything like corn or like a power bait that's got a scent or anything on it. Good morning, Any Finn. How you doing, Bob? I'm after my final trout. Fishing a hole. Probably gonna have to switch baits a couple times to see what they want. Let's see if the city comes down and chases me out for fishing in the ice. I come down here. Well, it was last time I did the my last turn in the day. I come in here. There was some idiot. I can't say idiot. To me, it was stupid. Okay, so idiots wasn't the nicer right word to say. But they were sitting out there. There's probably 2 or 3 inches of ice, maybe four. I mean, I'm talking four is very tops. They got chairs. They're walking around on the ice. They got a big old hole cut in the ice. And the city worker comes down and says, "You can't fish on the ice." And the guys are like, "It doesn't say no fishing. Common sense would say don't walk on the ice." But they were out there anyway. And they ended up chasing them off and said, "Well, you can't fish on the ice." So the guys left. They were nice guys about it, and the city guy was nice. But I get the city's point because it's liability. I would assume it's liability. I don't know, but I looked it up in regulations and I didn't see anything about not being able to fish the city ponds if they're frozen. Common sense would say not to do it. Did it, James? A few years ago? Yeah, well, this is only like probably the second day that we had that really cold weather come in. So I really don't know that ice was that thick. I mean, I walked out on the dock and it didn't move, but it's still not moving now. It's not as thick as it was. I don't know. I would be scared to do it. I'd fall through because that's my luck. Come on, Mr. Trout. I know there's one down here because before I started live, I took the thumbnail and I couldn't get the thumbnail to work on my StreamYard for some reason. I couldn't get it to apply, but I had a bobber set down there with a jig on it. My bobber went boop. So I know something's down here and it wants to eat. It's hungry. Hey, welcome in, Lisa. Appreciate you coming in. Yeah, it's way too cold to go swimming there, Bob. And that was my thing with them guys out there. I'm like, man, that ice. I mean, yeah, it's froze here, but that don't mean it's that because right here where I busted away from the dock, it was only like 2 inches. It took a couple good hits with that 2x2, and I was through it. Yeah, I can't do it. I don't think I could get out on the ice. My water's too cold. I guess part of it is too when I was a kid. There's two kids, Jeremy and Jason, that went out playing ice hockey because they thought it was safe, and they went to a lake back in the woods, and they fell through, and they both passed away. So I think that's kind of what set me to the scared side of getting on the ice. It was very sad, and they wanted me to go with them that day, and I didn't do it. And for my sake, I'm glad I didn't go, but for their sake, that was a tragic mistake. But as kids, we all make mistakes, and as adults, we make mistakes. Some mistakes you can fix, some mistakes you can't. Now, I could see ice fishing in Colorado. 16 inches, wow. Ice is a thing I'll never be sure of. No, in Colorado, Alaska, someplace like that, it's got tons and tons of cold, cold weather, and it's good and deep. I'd do it. It'd be fun to go out in a little shanty and get in there. Share out links, guys. I did make some mods. I can't make any more until I go back and get on my computer. So I want to get a second phone for doing lives. I think it'd just be a lot easier and I can keep up with chat. Man, getting some jig colors. I tell you, it was neat. That trout I caught last week, I was sitting here doing this and I watched him and he just rolled over. I'm like, that was so awesome to watch that fish fight that lure. I mean, he attacked it too. He wasn't playing. It wasn't not like no little perch just come up and say, ooh, I'm going to eat that and just eat a little bit of it. He nailed it. Hey, come out of the ice. Mine, I got that chartreuse trout magnet on. They might want something a little darker. This is why I caught them on last week, so I thought I'd try it again this week. Share each other out, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Bobby Crystal Lake in Colorado was in 2 feet of ice. I could not see. I could do 2 feet of ice. We backed up. Yep. 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 No ice for me. Come on, little fishy. I'm gonna give this little jig about 5 more minutes. I'm gonna switch colors. See, they don't want that bronze. I always carry my little box of trout magnets. I got another. I got one that's full in my bag. That was one of my Walmart found in the clearance aisle deals for like $2. I'm like, well, I'll take that. Then I got the big double pack and I got it for like 5. So, but this one's one I catch a lot of mine on. Camera's on that side. And this is the one right here I'm using now. It's a little chartreuse. And today it's going to be 54 degrees. It's a heck of a lot better than 5. I just wish I could throw some lures or get out there a little farther. So I know the trout do run through here. Hey, welcome in, Bill. Appreciate you stopping by. There he is. Come on. Taking it slow and easy with them guys. I'm in that ice and I don't want to bust him off. All right, here's our first one. Fish on, guys. We got him. That's a little smaller guy, but for now he counts. See, I was getting ready to change that lure out too. Man, these guys are slippery. All right. But he's just wrapping himself up in that line. All right, that's our first rainbow. I have my Sunfish King tournament code in my pocket. I got a tape measure. I almost dropped him. So we're going to get that stuff out and get a measurement on him. I'll be right back. You ain't going back in that water right now, dude. You have to give me just 5 minutes. Now the fun part's getting back in that hole. I know I can do it. And if y'all don't know, this week's coach, Sonny, week 8. No, 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 no. Calm down. I got tired of carrying my big yardstick around, so I got smart this time. I just brought a good old fashioned tape measure. Oh crud, how am I gonna do this? Because you're on my phone. My phone has the camera. So that wasn't a great idea. Chill out. You're flopping like a fish out of water. Oh, Stacy's here. Hey. I just take a picture on the GoPro. Be the smartest thing to do, huh? And just in case that didn't take. I'll be right back. I want this guy to be out 2 months longer because he needs to get back in the water. Yeah, you're going. You're going, you're going, you're going. Hey, my paper got all wet too. Okay. If it's warm out here, I wouldn't have been that worried about it, but I think he'll be okay. Okay, he's back in the net. Sit down in that hole, dude. Go on in there. There he goes. He's good and safe. Like I said, it is catch and release part of the season. So I couldn't have kept him if I wanted to. Now I have wet paper. You know, somebody said, hey, put this in a baggie so it don't get wet. I think that was Sunfish King. I didn't listen. So now we're just going to hang it up to dry. That's wet right there. That's not a good spot. All right, we're going to try that again. Catch it. Well, you got the toe problem. You get that all taken care of, you'd be good. Yeah, I got a bag for it, but it's in my laptop bag because I was at Clearwater Lake and I had all my stuff in there. So, as prepared as I thought I was not very prepared. But I'm going to check my line before I do this again because he wasn't at ice. I want to make sure I don't make that line up. Nope, it's good. All right. And everything on my camera is upside down. There, now we're right side up. So hopefully, either I got video or picture of that. But shoot, I got my SD card in. Stacy, I didn't know you got up this early unless you were going fishing. Headed out in the rain. I was hoping for no ice. Well, if it's anything like it here, it is here, buddy. It is still ice. But anyway, seeing as how y'all are here, I got 7 fine watchers. That is the hole I'm fishing. So I hope y'all can see that hole. It's right there. So that's where I got to get that fish back in after I catch it out. Thanks, Stacy. I appreciate it. So for now, I will say that I got 3 points because I don't know what else anybody else has got. Might only be a point. It might not be nothing. Somebody might beat me out. And seeing how nobody knows how long it was except for me, I'm gonna say that was a 20 to 34-inch fish. It really wasn't, but I can tell what fish stories I want for now until the pictures come out. Once the pictures come out, I'm done. I'll know the truth. Come on, Mr. Trout. No, I should have had my camera on when I caught him. But once again, I was not prepared. See if they ain't down a little deep or right there. I'm only fishing probably 18 inches below the water. It's something I kind of do, guys, and I mean I'm sure there's probably other people do it. A lot of times I'll have a bobber on here with a bobber stopper. So there's my bobber stopper, and that's my jig. That way it kind of gives me an idea of how deep the fish are biting, and I can adjust this bobber stopper to where it's just like right at the top of the water, and I know I'm fishing at 18 inches or 2 foot or whatever deep, and that's where the fish are. I really feel that I can get probably a 16 or 17-inch trout if I get a little bit of time. I've caught a couple 2 or 3 pound trout out of here, but they only stock. I think they stocked 2 or 3 trophy trout this year in this pond. I guess it's not. It's a city lake. It's not a very big lake. I mean, you go over there, it's probably football field across, so it's not bad. This lake is very clear. In the summertime, it's full of moss and all kinds of other crap that you can't fish in. Come on, drop it down a little deeper. I'm not really sure how deep this lake is. I'd guess probably maybe 10 foot at the deepest part. Which I guess ain't too bad. Bass fishing with Paul, welcome in. Chad, appreciate you popping in. We're catching some trout today for the Sunfish King tournament. And we got one so far. I'm fishing out of a hole. It's about this big in the ice. I'm assuming this is against the rules because I'm still using rod and reel. Just kind of taking it off the rod because my rod's too big. Let's let it sit there for a minute. I'll look at chat and see where we're at. Come on, monsters. That's it. I'd be happy if I got one of those 2 pounders out of here. Hey, Lisa, thanks for sharing these people out. I appreciate it. If you don't have somebody on your channel on the chat, go ahead and take this opportunity. Click on over there and subscribe. Make sure you hit the like button. Turn on notification bells. Do all that good YouTubing kind of stuff. Who's leaving? I want to see Mr. Stacy get on the cat too. He needs one more cat. You can't leave, Stacy. You have to stay here. You can't fish. No. Come on. You can't go, Stacy. No fishing for you. Okay, you can go, but you got to catch a catfish. Send me a picture because I want to see it first. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch this lure out. I'm gonna go with a different color. See if that doesn't attract somebody to bite. I got one. That's what matters. I guess I could say the skunk is off the dock because I'm on the dock. Anthony J, welcome in today, brother. We're catching some trouts. We're trying to. We caught one. That puts me in the Sunfish King tournament spot somewhere. We're gonna call it a 40-inch trout now. My trout gets bigger and bigger every time I mention it. This thing's gonna be a whale before too long. I'm really surprised I got on here and everybody else isn't doing it live. Because normally that's my luck. And everybody pulls off and goes somewhere else. But I do the same thing too. I'll leave and come back for a while. All right. We'll go ahead and swap off of the chartreuse. This is what I'm using right now. Camera's over here. I'm going this little bronze color guy. I really thought about getting some 2-pound line. I'm using 4-pound right now. But with fishing in this ice, I was afraid that it would just break off when the fish got on it. Mini Finn's got his 4,000. Awesome. That is a great deal. Any time anybody gets their 4,000 watch hours. Now, I by no means am a great trout fisherman. Bob over at Any Finn and Kevin, now they can catch some trout. But I don't really have a whole lot of trout things around here except for in the wintertime when they stock this lake. All right, here we go. That's what we're going to go with. Let's see if anybody wants to get that. I know someone's going to eat it. They want it. I'll hit that 4,000 hours sooner or later. Got a ways to go, though. I'm sure I chased a lot of fish out of here when I was sitting here banging on this with a 2x2 to get it busted open. I will say, it is hard to catch a fish when you're fishing in one little bitty hole out of this great big huge lake. It'd be a little different if I could move around the lake and fish in different holes. That ain't gonna happen. It took me like 30 minutes to bust this hole in this ice here. So I ain't gonna walk around the stock and bust much further. Oh, nothing hit it. Come on. You can feel me come by and he bumped it. Twice. I'm just jigging that jig up maybe a quarter to half an inch. Just give that tail a little bit of movement. Let's let her sit. See what she does. Bob, what would you do in this situation? I guess you guys probably heard that truck. The highway's over there. Well, it's over there to me, but over there to you. Can't always get the noise out, but we get some of it out. Now they did when they stocked this. I was here. I was over there, over there. When they stocked it, they put 1,200 rainbow trout in here. That's really neat. There's a video on it with the conservation officer. He's the head biologist of Southeast Missouri, and it was pretty cool. I had a good interview with him. He's a really nice guy, really informative, and he actually invited us to go out with him to, like in the springtime, to when they go out and do their surveys and stuff, like set the nets and things like that. So I'm looking forward to that because I think that's going to be really awesome, and I will get video of that. Come on, it's a little shallow. I might sneak out here again tomorrow because I get off at like 1 o'clock. I might be able to sleep, might be a little less frozen. I might try to get me one more trout. I don't know. But I figured out this year they'll probably 9:30 or so my time. Ashley Brady, welcome in. Appreciate you coming in. Now give me about an hour and a half here, and I'm gonna go try to catch my catfish or my crappie. I think the trout was probably gonna be the harder. I don't know. I guess the ice was more of a challenge with this one. The catfish, that's gonna really depend if the lake's frozen where I'm going. I don't know. It's about 30 minutes from me, and that's a big lake, but I couldn't tell you what's frozen on it. I do know the deepest part's only like 14 to 16 foot deep. So if I can get out in that deep hole, but I mean, there's just one big hole. The rest of the lake is probably anywhere between 4 and 6 feet deep. So if I can get on that deep hole, I got a chance of maybe catching a catfish. That's the spot that I'm going to fish is the only spot that actually comes in and has a drop off. Everything's pretty flat besides for that. So I'm hoping maybe those crappie kind of move up a little bit on that drop off, and it's about 6 to 10 foot, not too far off the bank. It's just going to be a little bit of walk to get to it. Come on, we hit it. That's the only bad thing about having to do this way. When they hit it, you don't really have anything to set it with. If you don't hit it at the same time they hit you, they're gone. They very seldom come back, from my experience. I was watching realistic fishing earlier, and he was catching rainbow trout. but they had like a gold color to it, and I was like, well, those look totally different than ours. I guess maybe it's a different color in the water. I thought they were really pretty, but I've never seen one like that. Man, I am glad to see 8 people in here. I really appreciate it. I appreciate the watch hours and you guys hanging out with me. I know I'm kind of trying to concentrate a little bit more on my rod than I am on the chat, so I do apologize for that. But it's part of trout fishing. Come on. Sit back down and see what happens. You know, does my rod move or something bumping? My rod might have just slipped down a little bit when I moved. I really thought about just leaving my slip bobber on there and letting it sit. But I'm like, well, there's no wind or nothing, so that lure's not going to move. And I had a little split shot on there. I took it off because it seemed like that split. They were seeing that split shot and they weren't touching that lure. Not that they're taking it a whole lot now, but at least they're hitting it. Come on. He's moving a little bit. Maybe they just tired of seeing it in that same spot. You know, I'm really glad to see you get out more, Bill. It's good for you. I don't know what your weather's like there, but I don't want to see you out in this stuff. Well, today's not bad. It's going to be like 55, 57 degrees. I'll take that any day. Well, it's always great to see Ashley out in here too, because everybody loves Ashley. Mr. Anthony J. all day. Are you going fishing, buddy? I'm sure you are. I seen Cindy had some pictures, her and Travis, and it looked like some open water spots and some spots wasn't. So if you go down to the Kentucky Dam, I bet you can probably get on some fish. I need some skipjack too, Anthony J. all day. So give me about 50 or 60 and I'll come down. I'll come down and pick them up. In the springtime when it gets a little nice. Got 9 wonderful people. Appreciate y'all for being in here. I just wish I could catch another trout. This color don't work here in a minute. I'm gonna change colors again. I know the stupid trout, they'll come up and eat that thing just sitting there. Because they're like, oh, that's something different. Let's eat it. So I see that rod just like bend over. I guess y'all can see that rod. I don't know if you can or not. Yeah, I can see it. You can see it. I can't wait for crappie season. Of course, all year's crappie season for me. I don't care. I'll go out there and freeze my butt off to try to catch crappie. I was digging for a jig that local company makes here. And I took it out of my pocket. Or I took it off my rod. I don't know what to do with it. I got the rest of them in my boat. When I go home from here, I'm gonna grab them and try them. The name of the company is Cold Hearted Baits. They're here out of Missouri as well. Small company. They got reasonable prices on their stuff though. They got kind of like the Bobby Garland style jigs, and they've got them. But they were less. I want to say they were like 325 or 350 a pack or something. You get 10 in a pack, and I'm like, man, that's a great deal. Oh, here's one. I forget the camera's over here. Don't that look yummy? Crappie would love to eat that. Like I said, I think they're only like 325 or 350 a pack. V8, V8's in the house. He sure is. Good morning, V8. We're after the trout again. We got one so far. I don't think it's a tournament winner, but we got one. I mean, look at that tail. I mean, that dude just dances. So if you want to check them out, when I get home, I'll put a link in the description. And if you do FFA 10, you get a 10% discount, which pretty much covers your shipping if you order a good amount. And I think shipping for these was like $3 or $4. So they got a lot of cool stuff. Check them out. And if you guys haven't checked out V8 and you like racing, V8's got some great stuff on his channel. I'm not a big racing guy, and I sat there and I really got into it. I really enjoyed it. You know what? I was going to switch lures. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put this on here. I put it back in my pocket now. I'll never find it again. If you only knew all the crap I keep in my pockets. I got bobbers and rulers and keys and ink pens and markers. Anything a guy would never need, I carry in my pocket for absolutely no reason. Well, tape measure. Got to have that to measure my fish. I know it's a little bit big, but I don't really carry my yardstick with me. And I left my bump board down at Clearwater Lake when I was down there, so I can't do that. Be careful sticking these in your pocket. They hurt. But I do it anyway, because I don't learn. All right. So I'm gonna switch off the bronze color, and I'm gonna try this crappie lure and see if it won't catch me a trout. It might be a little bit too big, but what the heck is it gonna hurt to try, you know? You don't know unless you try it. There may not just be enough hook on this because these trout hooks are so small. All right, there we go. We'll try it. And I really don't know why trout hooks are so small because trout actually have a pretty good sized mouth. They could take a bigger hook very easily. We'll let that guy sit there and see what it does. Come on, trout. Now, when I go to this next place I'm going to fish, I won't be able to do live because I don't have service, which is a big problem I have here. Unless I'm like really right here in town, I don't have service at a lot of spots that I fish at. So if I catch some fish, it'll just be a video. So if you see a new video come out or some shorts, that's because I didn't have service. So please take the time to watch and help me out with my watch hours. I really appreciate it. Come on. When I was busting a hole in the ice earlier, I had my glasses on my shirt. My glasses fell down onto the ice. These aren't cheap glasses. I was afraid they were going to go in the hole and I wasn't going to get them. So I went and grabbed my rod and I fished it. So it's kind of comical. I should have got that because that would have been good on video. I'm going to drop that down a little deeper and see if they're not down there a little bit farther. They're just not coming up. Coffee. I wish I had some coffee. I do, but it's in my truck. But that's part of me being unprepared because I did not bring it back down here. But that's up in my truck. So just a little rundown of what is in this lake in the spring, summer, and fall. The only fish that they put in this lake are bluegill, channel cats, and bass. I'm sure somebody dumps a crappie in here and there, but I've never caught one. I did see one dead one a couple years ago. Wintertime is when they do this trout program here, and it starts November 1st and it goes through February 1st, and that's all catch and release. After February 1st or February 1st and on, you can keep and catch. You can use, I think, 3 rods, and you can use regular baits. Right now, you can only use artificial, unscented artificial. So although I don't think there's the 1,200 fish in here still that was, because some died, and I'm sure some people kept some they weren't supposed to. There's still probably a good amount of fish in here, and I have caught fish up in here until the middle of April. Then I just quit fishing for them. So they may live up to May, probably until that water just gets too hot, they can't live anymore. But by then, when most of them are caught out of here. But I never really thought about it. But I bet you I could order that fake corn and use that fake corn to trout fish, because it would still be an artificial bait and it's still unscented. You can't use regular corn, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think regular corn's allowed. You can't use worms or wax worms or anything like that. I don't. I mean, I know that's live, but it's still not artificial. I'm gonna have to check into that. I might do that next year. Don't go nowhere, Rod. Stay there. You're good. Bob, come down to Oklahoma. Go down to Oklahoma. That sounds like fun. Oklahoma's not really all that far from me. So get out and go fishing. It's gonna be nice. I think I think we got 1 or 2 cold days coming, and then it's gonna be like in the 50s for like almost the next 2 weeks. So, and that's for us. So any place south from us, it's gonna be warmer because that warm air is coming up from the south. Of course, I'm in Missouri, so I'm like in between the hey, it's gonna be too much, too hot up here, or too cold down there, or whatever. We get the mix. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I've ever been to Oklahoma, but I wouldn't imagine probably be 3 or 4 hour drive to get down there. I'd have to Google it. Google knows everything. Google's my friend. I wish they had Google when I was in school. I'd probably done a lot better. My problem with school was this right here. I'd rather be fishing than doing my schoolwork. I'd get off the school bus. I'd walk home. I'd get my little trolling motor from my boat. I'd get the battery. I'd carry it. I'd make 2 or 3 trips back and forth to the house. I'd carry that stuff probably a quarter mile. And carrying a car battery or a marine battery, I think I had a car battery at the time. When you're a 15-year-old kid, 16 years old, all that distance, that's a workout for you. Ah, thanks, Cindy. I appreciate you popping in. But seeing as how you can't hear me, hi. I wonder if she's back at work finally. I think a lot of my problem here is there's no fish where this hole is. And if there's no fish where the hole is, that ain't gonna do me a darn bit of good. Oh, I just seen a trout come up. He hit my bobber stopper, that chartreuse bobber stopper. He didn't take my jig. Maybe that means I need to go back to that chartreuse jig. You know, those couple of bumps I got earlier might have been the same thing. They might have been hitting that bobber stopper. They do like chartreuse, and that is very chartreuse. All right, I'm gonna go back to that chartreuse jig. If he's hitting at it, that must be the color they want. Which, remember, I have everything in my pockets. So I gotta dig it back out. I'll probably put it back in my box, but I'll check my pockets first. There it is. The whole thing with these trout, man, is to try to get that hook through that split tail, which doesn't come apart very easy. Little split tail. At least close as you can to it without going into the legs. All right, there we go. Let's see if we can't get that guy to bite on this. He wants that bobber stopper. We're gonna give him one with a hook in it. Randy Swain, welcome in. See if we can't get him to come back up really quick. Man, all the cool kids are here. That's awesome. I know that Trout wants that gig. I know he does. I just got to convince him of it. Let's just let that sit there for a minute. Let's see what he does. Actually, if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna walk up to the truck and grab my coffee. I'll be right back. Keep an eye on my rod. If it goes down, grab it for me, would you? Don't go nowhere. All right. Did I catch anything? See, my rod's still here, so I guess that's good. That's right, gone, guys. If I've gone missing, I've gone fishing. Very true. Thank you, Courtney. Courtney got this for me. She knows I love to fish. She's one of the people that I used to work with. She's seen that. She's like, I had to get that for you. I use it all the time. You keep your coffee hot and your drinks cold. Rod's got some too. You like these mugs? Rod's got some with his logo and stuff on them. Check it out. Guys, you got to get out and fish soon. This ice will be gone in a couple days. They'll make it easy for everybody. To me, this is the most stress relief that there ever is. Fishing something I've done all my life. I will by no means say I'm an expert fisherman. I say I'm an okay fisherman that enjoys putting the time in to try to become a better fisherman. And I learned lots of great things from you guys and other YouTube videos, whether it's how to catch a catfish or a walleye, which I still have yet to catch. I will. Never caught a pike. We don't have pike around here, but I think that'd be a lot of fun, or a muskie. But the muskie, I might be able to get this spring because we're going to Rod's up there at Rod's Fishing Adventures. We're going to go up to Illinois, and our muskie in the lake that we're going to fish. So I might get lucky and get one of those. Rustic, welcome, welcome. We're on the hunt for one more trout. I'm hoping to get one more just a little bigger than what I got already for the tournament. And I tell you what, guys, if it's feasible to you and you don't mind the cold next year, actually, I think Sunfish King's doing a spring tournament. Get in the tournament. It's fun. It don't cost you nothing. You win a couple prizes. You get your name mentioned. We get you out there. It's a little exposure. That's what's drove me this much this year to be out here. I mean, I don't mind fishing in the cold, but it's like I went down to Clearwater Lake this weekend. It was like 20 degrees. Everything's frozen, but I still went because I'm like, I got to catch this fish. And I knew all my lakes here were going to be frozen, so I went where I knew there would be open water. It's not cheap though, because it costs me at least $50 to $60 every time I take a trip down there. And that's just in fuel. It's not very far for me to go. It's probably 70 miles, but I got an old truck. So when I pull my boat down there, I probably get like 8 miles a gallon. So it costs me quite a bit to drive down there and drive back. Come on. Really wish I had a hole over there too. I wasn't going through all that. The whole thing was if it wasn't like it's probably from this lower rail, which you can't see. So this is that lower rail. It's probably another 5 foot down. So if you don't have something that's 7 or 8 feet tall, there's no way you can get through it to bust that ice. If you can't bust the ice, you're not going to catch the fish. Of course, that don't mean I'm going to catch fish anyway. But I caught one, so it's a start. Feel like tomorrow or maybe Friday, I have a chance. I work double Saturday and Sunday, so there won't be any more fishing for me after that. At least for this tournament. All right, let's just let her sit. Kevin Fishes, welcome in. This so far has been a one fish video, but it's one fish, and I'm fishing in a hole in the ice. Oh, it's about this big. Kevin, looks like you've been out on some joy rides in your Jeep. That looked like a lot of fun. Lloydies, welcome. Welcome. Good morning. So we're doing some trout fishing today, Lloydies. I've got one trout for the Sunfish King tournament. I'm trying for a second one. I'm fishing in a hole in the ice that I busted with a 2x2. I'm hoping for one more. That trout I got was kind of on the smaller side. So I'm hoping to maybe get one that's around 17 or 18 inches. So I got to get those 3 points. If I have any hopes to get into the top 5 or 6, I'm in 7 now, and I think I'm 1 or 2 points behind the people in front of me. So it all has to play out if they catch no fish and I catch at least one 3-point scoring fish, or 2 fish and scores 3 points. Come on. You want to come eat it? Eat it. You know you want it. If I was a fish, I'd want to eat that. Maybe he's just thinking about it. He's sitting there probably watching that jig bounce up and down. He's like, man, that looks really good. I just want to eat it. But he's scared. There's no reason to be scared. Just a little jig. It don't have a hook in it or nothing. I got some little fly jigs at home. I mean, like for fly rod. And I think, man, that'd be really cool if I could do that. I got a fly rod. I haven't used it since I was a teenager. That's something I want to do this year. Try to do some fly rod fishing, just for panfish. Get you a little bitty bluegill on the fly rod. That's an awesome fun fight. And of course, right where my hole is, there's a roof above me, and it keeps dropping water, which is one of the reasons why I made the hole where I did, because there's already like probably an inch less ice on it. Lordies, you doing any fishing up there in the UK? I guess I should say over there, up there. You're somewhere around there. Uh, Come on, dang it. I know there's more fish in there. Let's see what time it is. It's 9:23. I'm probably gonna give about another 10 or 15 minutes, guys. Then I'm gonna call it at that point. If I want to go hit this other lake, I still have to go home and get my other fishing gear. Got to run by Walmart and get some hooks because I think I left my hooks down at Clearwater too. I gotta go by the bait store. I gotta pick up some minnows. Then I gotta walk down this trail that is like a quarter to half mile long, downhill in the mud. And I need all the time I can because I have to catch a channel catfish that's at least 34 inches long. Which the odds of me catching a catfish are probably slim to none, more or less one that's 34 inches long. And as far as I know, in that lake, the only catfish that they stock in that lake are channel catfish. I've caught some big channel cats, but it's been in the summertime on sunny, super sticky go bait. Never tried to fish at this time of year for catfish. So. Come on, just one more. You got 15 minutes to catch one more fish. So that'll be 9:40 my time. Hoping to go beach fish. Beach fish. That would be awesome. I wish there. I mean, for us to beach fish should be like a swimming beach, and you stand there and throw your line out. We don't have no big water around us, unless you go to the Mississippi River. Then there is. I'm trying, lordies. I just want that one more fish. But as you can see, this whole stinking lake's frozen. So I only have a spot this big to fish in. But you know what? At least I'm out here trying. Did I expect to catch a lot? No. Did I expect to catch anything? Not really. So I caught one. That's what matters. I'm standing there just grabbing a line and bouncing up and down. Not my style at all. I'm used to casting out and pulling the jig back or trying to catch crappie and just watch him properly slowly pull that bobber under. That's more what I'm used to. I think this year I'm gonna try to get into doing a little more bass fishing and stuff too. I used to love to bass. I lived to bass fish before, and I really haven't done it very much in the past 15 years. It was always fun. I always use the same thing. Anthony J is still here. Awesome, Anthony J. Tell Wilson I said hi, would you? I miss seeing him. Ain't seen him in a while. Of course, I've been working doubles at work the past couple days, so I haven't seen much of anybody's videos. Well, was that a hole open, or did you? I took a 2x2, pop, pop, pop until I got through that ice. What's up? What's up? Yeah, I had to make the hole. I almost gave up. I'm like, man, this. I pounded on that thing and I pounded on it. If I would have had like a pick or something on it, it'd been a lot easier. But I couldn't use the shovel; it's too far down. But if I come back tomorrow to try to get another trout, I'll be able to punch that hole open pretty easy. Hawkeye from now on, huh? Why you? Okay, I have to ask why. Why is that, Lordies? Why are you gonna call Anthony J Hawkeye? Because I probably missed something. Ah, I missed him. Dang it! I had a hit and I missed him. He was a little shallower than what I'm fishing. That might have been my tournament winner I just missed. You know, it's really hard to set the hook though when you're sitting there bouncing with your line. He's immortalized. Yeah, seems like he's always in somebody's life. You know, my surprise thing is Anthony J all day isn't fully monetized by now. I really thought he'd have his watch hours and the subscribers. Because I mean, the dude is like all over the place with everybody, and it's fun to watch. That's what makes it better. Don't eat it. He didn't come eat it like I told him to. He lies. Need him to eat it. I just need one more. You might not have a lot of content, but you got a lot of lives. You got lots of live hours, or you should, because you're on all the time. I mean, if you look at me, I've been plugging away at it for a year, and thanks to a video I had that took off. I mean, I got 700 watch hours off of it, so I'm only at like 1,300 watch hours. That's after a year. But one thing I am thankful for, the day is getting longer. Not much longer. It's going to be March 10th. Daylight savings time comes in. We get that hour back. We won't be able to catch fish till 7:30 or 8. At least in the daylight. This crap of getting off work and it's dark. It's terrible. Going to work, it's dark. Go to work and get off in the dark. I hate it. And Anthony J, I don't know if you've seen my hole here that I'm fishing. That's my hole right there. That's where I'm fishing at. That's all the more room I have to be dropping this jig in. So the fish ain't here to bite. Not a look. And I really don't trust that phone clip a whole lot to be doing. Thanks. I think it's fun. The only bad thing is, man, it's so easy to bust your line on that ice. I think that hole's got a little bit bigger since I've been here. I don't think it was that big when I started. I guess just from that water circulating around it. I'm gonna grab a drink of my coffee. Right back. I will say it is like a beautiful 45 degrees here today. So I don't mind not having a coat on for the first time and I can't tell you how long. It's gonna be like 55 for a high. The toe zone. Come on, come on. Here, fishy, fishy. You're running out of time. When I get another phone to do lives on, because I don't want to do it on this one, I've got a microphone that I'll be using with it. So that'll help a lot with the audio, I hope. I'd use it on this one, but if I plug it in the phone jack, it makes a crinkling sound. I guess it's dirty or it's not working right. So I got to buy another phone. I guess they probably got them that are Bluetooth. I didn't think about looking for that when I bought this one. You know, it's like with those little wireless receivers you can just clip on your shirt. All right, we got just a few more minutes. That way I can make it to my other spot by 11 o'clock my time, which would be Central Time. Yeah, I got wireless clip-ons. Well, on my other GoPro, I've got that mod kit, but that stupid dongle it's for it is like huge. So unless I have it on a tripod, I can't use it. And if I don't have it turned right, it won't work. I guess the flaps on that mod kit for the GoPros, but it kind of holds it out a little bit too far. That was the whole stinking reason I bought it. I bought an $80 mod kit for my camera that doesn't really do me a whole lot of good. It does help knock down the wind on the camera itself. Of course, had I realized when I started this YouTube journey that I could have just used a phone, it would have saved me a heck of a lot of money because $600 or $700 back, in GoPro equipment, that added up, it added up fairly fast. It's the little things that you buy. I mean, yeah, the GoPros are. I paid $300 for my first one. Then I got my second one on Black Friday sale at Best Buy for $200. Then the mod kit's $100. Then other little silly attachments and tripods. That's where it gets expensive. And then I am very forgetful. I'm always afraid I'm gonna leave my stupid GoPro somewhere or set it on my truck and forget I put it on my truck. Yeah, I'm bad about that. It seems like I get worse and worse all the time. But one thing I don't forget is my days off and where I'm going fishing at. Yeah, I thought it was a great time too, or great thought at the time. But that's okay. I have it. I'll keep it forever. And when I decide I don't need it no more, I don't want to use it, I'll give it to my kids or somebody else that might need it at the time. It's only money, it's only equipment. Not that I have a lot of money to blow, but it's okay. That's what that 0% Best Buy card's for. That's kind of like the laptop I bought too. I'm like, did I really need it? No, but I like the portability. If I go camping or whatever, I can upload videos or edit videos while I'm out camping. I got one, guys. Here we go. Here's another. I definitely think he's smaller than the last one. So here we go. Mr. Rainbow Trout number 2. Ah, I got my line wrapped up. All right, hang tight. Let me get my paper and my tape and we'll get him out of here. I want to get him unhooked first. That hook just fell right out. All right. All right, guys. This one here is about 12.5 inches. He doesn't want to calm down, so I can at least show him off. I'm gonna hold him above this net, so if he does flop out of my hand, I know that don't do a lot of good. But there you go. Here's the fun part. I gotta try to get him back in that hole. This is smaller than the first one I caught. There he went. He's back in the hole. Yay, fish number 2. Thanks there, AJ. I got a few more minutes. Let's see if I can't squeak one more out of that hole. I know there's bigger ones in there. That's the smallest one I think I've caught all year. My line still feels good. No abrasions. I got some fish slime all over. But having fish slime all over means you're doing something right. I definitely have to make me a new placard for The Sunfish King though, because it's soaking wet. But some dummy didn't put it in the Ziploc bag that he has for it. See, kind of like wet paper. But if you need the code for week 8, there it is. Sunny is the code for the Sunfish King week 8 tournament. It is the final week, guys. Heck, if you can get a couple scoring fish, you can be in the race. Hello there, Miss Joan. Welcome in. We're trying to catch some trout today. Then we're going to go catch some crappie. Or crappie. Depends on where you're at, what you want to call it. To me, it's a crappie. I will tell you one thing. This looks silly. I know it does. I know it's really boring. You guys sitting there watching me bounce a jig around with my line. But it is awesome to watch him trout come up and just grab onto that jig. Y'all really can't see what I'm doing because where the camera's at. We'll let it sit there for a minute. Well, I'm gonna be watching, Cindy, to see if you catch something. Because you know when you go live, I jump in there. Or at least I try to. You ain't been able to fish for a while, so I'm sure you're jonesing. What you been sick for, Cindy? What'd you get, the flu? Oh, I got 17 likes. I can't believe that. But I appreciate them all. Everybody make sure you like it. I'd say share, but I'm not going to be here much longer. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to some of the other people on the channel, make sure you do so. It helps all of us out. Need I say I just need one more fish? Because I really don't. Well, I do. I need a bigger one. But I can't be greedy. I'll take what I got. Because my expectations were to not catch any. But my second thought was, well, they haven't ate because the lake's been froze, so they'd be really active. I'm sure they probably are active out there underneath that ice. You know, the bad part about me going to this other lake, it might be frozen solid. So I'm gonna drive 40 miles there and back. Well, probably 40 miles round trip, 20 miles each way. 5 bait, go do all this other stuff. I might not be even be able to fish. So if that's the case, I'll come back to my hole and I'll try to catch an even bigger trout. I've caught two so far. I caught one not too long after I started my live and one just a few minutes ago. The last one I caught was like 12 and a half inch. The first one I had was bigger than that. DoorDash ain't working today. Lisa, you and Randy will take him something. You know that. Rename it Dash and Tow. Got a DoorDash. Come on, just one more little one. Come on. I just want one of them 17-inch tropic grabbers. You know, I might try this trout magnet trying to catch some crappie too. They'll eat it. Might as well try it. What's it gonna hurt? Nothing. Nothing at all. I missed him. I was playing around and he hit it. Dang it. I was sitting there watching you guys. And I turn around and I see my rod bouncing around. I'm like, crap. And I look down and I seen a fish dancing in the water with the jig and I couldn't grab my line. That looked like a bigger one too. So I doubt he'll be back. Most of the time trout seem to hit and they don't hit it again. That's the hard part about doing this because you got no way to really set the hook unless you do it by hand. Cindy and Travis aren't sick no more. You can take it to them. Besides, what's a little cold amongst friends? Or COVID or the flu? It don't matter. Come on. All right, I'm gonna drop down a little deeper. I know I already said I was gonna go. But I'm like everybody else. I'm stubborn. I don't want to give up because I know there's that one bigger fish. I'm gonna let it sit there. Cindy, I'd DoorDash for you, but you're a little bit too far for me to go. I sure wish I could join everybody at CatCon this year. It's gonna have to be next year. 'Cause I get every other weekend off, so next year I should have a weekend off. I know I went last year. It was fun. I should say, yeah, I guess it's last year now. I got to meet some amazing people and check out some really cool stuff. I think the coolest one I met was fishing and stuff. That dude was awesome. I mean, he's great. He's just as great in real life as he is in his videos. Shoot, we sat there and talked for probably 30, 40 minutes. And not really about nothing. That was the cool part. It wasn't, hey, it's all fishing stuff, or we just had a conversation like we all do. It was fun. And his one big word of advice to me was, when you got your GoPro, you always want it looking down on you, not up at you, because then you get all your underneath your neck. And if you're chubby like I was at the time, I'm still chubby, but I'm 80 pounds less chubby now than what I was then. You don't see all that crap down there. It's just an overall appearance. It makes it look a lot better. And I'm like, I looked at it and I'm like, he's absolutely right. But that was a great lesson I learned from a YouTuber that I never put any thought to. All right, guys, it's 10 o'clock my time. So I'm already a half hour over what I wanted to be, but I do appreciate you guys for coming and taking the time to hang out with me. We did catch 2 trout today. So one way or another, I have an entry for the sun. That's what I was after. Now I'm gonna go try to catch at least one more fish in a different lake. I won't have service, so if I catch something, I'll have a video on it hopefully. Thank you guys, Cindy and Lloydies and Lisa and Randy and whoever else is with me still. I see I have 10 people in here, which if I was smart, I would stay here and keep running because I'm getting like buku great watch hours. We've been on for 2 hours. So that's going to be like 15 hours of watch time, which is awesome. I really need it. But if I want to get a little bit farther ahead on this tournament, I will have to go somewhere else where I don't have service. So thank you all for watching. Cindy, I'll make sure I check you out later on tonight when you come on. I hope you guys catch some fish. You get feeling better. I appreciate y'all for watching your fun fishing adventures live today. Thanks, guys. Be careful. Have a great day. Just on the out here. Come on. No takers. I'm just gonna go ahead and pack up. I'll leave the light on, live on. Leave the light on, kind of like Tom Bodette. That's funny. I hate this net. Can't ever get it to come undone. I got to hold it for 20 minutes. So, all right. See you guys. Thanks for stopping in. Make sure if you see somebody you're not subscribed to, subscribe to them. It's going to help their channel out. And you get to see some great content. All right. Thanks, guys.